July the 7th, 2019. Shout out to all my friends in really North Mississippi, Alabama. It looks like Georgia's going to be affected before we get down into the Florida Panhandle. But you're looking at an area of low pressure. Now, just to the bottom west corner of this area, you see this slight circulation? That is actually the center, and it's dropping down into northwest Georgia. In front of this thing, you've got some very active weather moving very fast. This wind is, and these storms have gotten the National Weather Service to put out these high wind warning and storm warnings in this area. And you can see, because now we're starting to deal with low pressure finally instead of all the high pressure that we've seen, the weather is really becoming active here. Also coming out of Louisiana in Arkansas, into central Mississippi, into our area where we're at. Now, again, this is moving very fast, and they are putting out some warnings about that. But the central area of location is right there, and it's starting to dip. It may be moving a little faster than they're predicting. We'll take a look at that. Now, looking at infrared images, it gives you a little idea of where the taller clouds are. And because this front moving through Alabama is moving so fast, one good thing about it doesn't give that one area time to heat up, like you see the slower moving areas from the sun being on top of it. But you guys in Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and now as this expands again into our area here in central Mississippi, pay attention to this, because now outside it is 3:19 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The temperature is 97 degrees. The heat index is 108, and it has hit 111 a few times today already, guys. We're seeing some of this breeze, and that's helping somewhat. But, guys, that's really hot, and you know it's going to fuel these storms. Now, if you take a look at it, you can see where now we're dealing with a 50% chance, when last night was 20, this morning was 40% chance, now 50% chance of cyclone formation within 5 days. It's not going to take that long for it to enter the Gulf. It says a trough of low pressure over the southeastern U.S. is forecast to move southward toward the northeastern Gulf of Mexico, where a broad low pressure area will likely form in a few days. Thereafter, upper level winds support gradual development, and a tropical depression could form late week, while the low meanders near the northeastern Gulf of Mexico coast through Friday. Interest along the northern Gulf Coast and Florida Peninsula should monitor the progress of this system. The guys in the couple of different models, they haven't put any spaghetti tracking models up yet, but just some of the Atlantic models and Caribbean models. One shows the storm come down, form, and loop back up into Mississippi. If you go out a few more days, it comes back out into the Atlantic. Another model, the Canadian model, shows this storm move down across the Florida Peninsula, linger here, and then a front coming out of the west pick it up and move it straight back across the peninsula, out over the open waters here, and possibly strengthening. So we got two scenarios that we're watching. Either way, you're going to have a lot of wind and rain, and you can already see that this thing has a potential of strong storms just from the outflow boundary around it, as we see it moving now into Georgia. We got a lot of friends there, and you know who you are, so you guys keep a heads up on this thing and see how it develops over the next 2 to 3 days, because you can get a lot of rain as it gets closer to the Gulf of Mexico, guys. We're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.